The brain and knowledge. We'll have an opening reading from Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. The first duty then is to develop and discipline the mind. By mind is meant the exercise of brain function. All ideas are the products of brain function, and mental conception is nothing more than the evolved product of brain function. A mental perception is nothing more than the comprehension of what has been evolved by brain function, either by the intellect or conveyed to his brain through the senses. There is not in man as something separate and distinct from his brain, which uses the brain to express itself. The brain is where our true thinking and understanding abilities come from. All intelligence comes from the brain. Or in modern English, there is nothing in a person that exists independently of their brain. The brain is responsible for expressing our thoughts and understanding. It is the source of our true thinking abilities. All intelligence originates from the brain. So intelligence is the product of brain function. The brain is organized for this very purpose. All personal knowledge is the result of this very function. Take away the power of the brain to function and you leave to the individual profound ignorance. The brain is so uniquely organized in such a way that all impressions or experiences that are made on it cannot be permanently erased. This is called memory. Take away this last faculty of the brain and it would be useless as an organ of intelligence. Memory is, therefore, one of the greatest of the faculties of the brain. Of what use would conception and perception be to us if we were not able to store away these products for future use? How urgent, then, that we should cultivate this faculty of the brain. To cultivate it is to develop and strengthen and discipline that faculty, thus giving greater power to our mental being. See Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 7, which we'll now have a reading from. The memory of the righteous is blessed, but the name of the wicked will rot. Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 7. The brain is made up of distinct organs, each with its own unique function. These organs are interconnected and work together to form the complex network responsible for brain function. This collective network ultimately constitutes the mind. Mind is not, therefore, an essence distinct from the brain as an intelligent entity, but the growth of brain function. A well-developed brain, therefore, means a well-developed mind, and a well-disciplined brain means a well-disciplined mind. Education is the developing of brain function, whilst knowledge is the storing away of comprehended facts, concepts, and instructions. We educate the brain that knowledge may come in greater or lesser abundance through the power thus developed. If we wish to be what are called knowing persons or Gnostics, how important it is that we see to the thorough and systematic development and disciplining of brain function. It is said that all ideas are mental, brain concepts. This is true. If our own brain has evolved the idea, then it is an idea or concept of our own. If someone else has evolved it and it is presented to us clothed in comprehensible language, then the idea is made our own and stored away in memory for future use. All ideas are thus concepts either of our own brain or that of some other person. These ideas in the combination constitute the sum total of our knowledge. The reception and comprehension of ideas depends upon the strength of our perceptive faculties. Then how important that we cultivate those faculties of the brain. Comprehension, which includes perception and memory, are the two most important faculties of the brain. No idea is truly our own until it is comprehended, and only when so comprehended can we store it away properly in the storehouse of memory. Ideas are stored away by association. Were it not for our ability to associate our ideas in the storing away of them, memory thereof would be a very babel of confusion. All knowledge is thus the combination of associated ideas classified and laid by in beautiful harmony. How important then that we should carefully scan all ideas, all facts, all truths, that we may properly classify them and store them away with their co-relatives for quick and proper use when demanded. This is disciplining the mind and sharpening it by active use.